y'all, welcome back to another week of Techy Tuesday. Today we are going to be talking about Meta Business Suite and utilizing Meta for your business. So we're not talking about Facebook specifically or Instagram specifically. We are talking about their parent company Meta and the business tools that they provide you so that you can effectively advertise yourself on their platforms. So first thing I want to talk about is the difference between a professional account and a page. So when you are on Facebook, and currently we're looking at it from the computer, I am going to show you guys what it looks like from your phone as well. But when you are on your personal account, up in the top right hand corner, you are able to toggle between your personal account and your page. Now there is a difference between having professional mode turned on and having a full business page. You will only have access to Meta Business Suite if you have a full business page. However, if you have a personal account that you have turned on professional mode for, when you are actually looking at that personal profile, if you've turned it on already, you're going to see dashboard. This is going to be your professional dashboard. If you're not sure or you don't have dashboard showing up, click the three dots right here on your profile and it will tell you either turn on or turn off professional mode. Now this doesn't give you the full suite of business tools that Meta provides. It will give you some of it, and there is an ability to advertise and watch your insights. So all of your different data on who's liking your post, who's engaging, and those kinds of factors. But again, it's not going to be everything that you can utilize Meta Business Suite for. So this professional dashboard is going to be able to show you, again, your insights. So we can see over the last 30 days what engagement our posts are getting. How many comments. We can see I had a huge spike here in August. And you can see some of the different things and ways people are engaging with your content. Over on the left, if you want to see some of those factors further, you would click Insights and you would look at specifically your views. And this does give you the ability to earn income if you are utilizing your page to a very high extent. It'll also let you look at your comments and view what kind of audience you are polling. Under Content, this is where you can see everything that you have posted to your page and compare the engagement on all your different postings. If you want to make a new post, you can actually do so right here, but it doesn't give you the ability necessarily to schedule your posts out ahead of time. Now, I have seen that occasionally on some people's professional dashboards, but for the most part, you are not going to be able to schedule these posts out. Notice when I hit create, I can only select the option for posting right this second. I cannot say I want to post this tomorrow or at a later date. Typically, you can only do that through the Meta Business Suite. If you are interested in monetizing your account, that is an option, but there are going to be different levels to this and different factors. So there are things you are going to have to do in order to become eligible. Under engagement, you are able to check your comments. So you can see every time you have been mentioned a post or all of your comments, and you can come here and reply to these if you would like to. And then under all tools, there's a few more things you can do. So if you want to set up some auto responders or you want to do an event through your account, you can look at some of these other items. And like I was saying earlier, there is the opportunity typically to run ads through your professional account. So if you don't want to have a personal account and a business page, you could turn on professional mode and still have the ability to run ads throughout your account. Just make sure when you do that, you are running ads for people who are not friends with you. These are going out to strangers. So be careful on what you are posting on that personal account, because you will be blasting yourself out there if you run an ad through this professional mode. Now, if you want to see, one of the biggest questions I get asked a lot is about cross-posting. If you want your Facebook and your Instagram to be linked together so that when you post one, it automatically goes to the other without you having to post on both platforms. Again, the easiest way to do this is if you had a full business page with access to the Meta Business Suite, but you can also see your options. When you click on your profile, make sure you are under your personal account and you are going to click on settings and privacy. Again, we are looking at this on the computer. And then you're going to click on settings and you're going to see account center in very top left. It'll be the first thing in your menu. This is your Meta account center. So this is going to tell you all of the Facebook and Instagram accounts and how they are linked together. So when we get to the account center, you're able to see the different Instagram and Facebook accounts. If you want them to be linked together, you're going to make sure that you add an account if you are not seeing it here. So if you know you have an Instagram account and it is not showing up underneath your Facebook, you would hit add accounts. It would prompt you to log in. Also, if you created any business pages instead of doing the professional dashboard, then you would see the business page show up here as well. But in order to make sure that they are actually syncing together, you are going to click on Connected Experiences. Next, what you're going to click on is Sharing Across Profiles. This is going to let you select your Facebook and your Instagram and decide what happens when you post to one. So if I select my Facebook, it is saying is sharing posts from my Facebook account to my Instagram account. And I have it sharing both stories and posts. So anytime I post to Facebook, now keep in mind Instagram only accepts photos and videos, not text posts. So if you are strictly posting just text, it is not going to transfer over to Instagram. And then you would go back and you would also want to check and see that your Instagram is sharing to your Facebook. That way, no matter which platform you are sharing on, you only have to post once. So that's going to be your Meta account center, and also the difference again between professional mode on a personal account and creating a full business page. If you have created a separated business page from your personal account, you will be able to swap back and forth between the two accounts. That way your personal stuff stays personal and your business stuff stays business. Now you're going to have Meta Business Suite, but you are going to want to switch into that business page first. Once you have done that, you are going to select Meta Business Suite and it is going to open you up. So again, this is where you can double check if you have a full separated business page, what Instagram you have linked together with that Facebook page. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do when you can click all tools, and I recommend you go through this and kind of search around and take a look at some of the items. But mainly where you're going to need to stay is in this main menu right here on the left. The first thing we want to touch on is going to be the planner. The planner is going to be super duper awesome. I like to look at it at a monthly view so you can switch between week and month. And now you are able to create your postings, and this is the best way to schedule them out ahead of time, as well as make sure they are going out to both Facebook and Instagram. Sometimes the sharing across profiles in your account center can be a little iffy, but here you can make sure it is always cross-posting the way you would like to. So you can hit Create Post and decide right here if it's going just to Facebook or both Facebook and Instagram. And then you're going to follow all of the prompts. You will add your photo, your caption. If you want a button on there where someone can immediately send you a message through Facebook, that's not always a bad idea and makes it really easy depending on what kind of content you are posting. And then if I want to schedule it out, I would turn this button on and choose the date and time I would actually like this to be posted. So you can get really ahead, especially if you are a planner and you don't want to get lost and you want to make sure that you are posting at least a certain amount of times a week. Boosting your post is going to be kind of like running an ad. It is going to expand the reach of your post. But typically, I do recommend that you run a full ad through ads rather than boosting your post. We're not going to talk too much about that today, but if you are interested in boosting, you would turn that on, and then you would be able to finish scheduling out your post. Something else cool about the planner is it will tell you about all these different holidays. So if you didn't know it was Relaxation Day on the 15th, now you have some content ideas. Also, you can always use Meta AI to help you out, give you ideas, or help you actually create your post. But back on the left menu, the next thing we are going to look at is Insights. So this is going to tell you how people are interacting with your posts. It will tell you your trends, if your engagement is up or down from the previous times that you have posted. You are able to see what your audience looks like. It will give you plans for boosting your engagement. So Facebook will actually tell you here what you need to do in order to get more visibility through Facebook. They will give you ideas and they will let you set goals for yourself. So this stuff is really, really cool. I recommend, again, you go around, play with your insights, and take pictures of this, or keep a daily log or weekly log where you can track where your engagement is now and where you would like it to be, and see if you are on track to get to where you want to go. Now, the last thing we're going to really dig into here on the Meta Business Suite is going to be ads. This is going to be paid advertisements. So you are actually paying for Facebook to show your posts to people who do not follow your page. This can be really lucrative and have a really high ROI if you are doing everything the right way. So if you're curious about it, you can always ask us more questions about running an ad, but you would hit Create Ad here in the corner. And start with what you're trying to do. Most of my real estate agents are trying to actually get more leads. But also the second one behind that I see is getting more website visitors. So there are going to be different types of ads for what your end goal is going to be. But again, most of the time it's going to be get more leads. From there, you are going to follow everything it is asking you to plug in. You're going to need to choose the actual copy, which is going to be the text on your ad. You're going to need to select the media that is going to go along with that ad. And then at the bottom of every ad is a tagline and a button. I like to make sure whatever is in that bold tagline kind of relates back to what my button is telling us to do. Now, I do suggest you always leave this button as Learn More, because it does not scare people away from clicking on your ad. If you're asking them to apply or sign up for something, they usually are going to avoid that. So we have found we get the highest engagement and leads back when you click on Learn More. It's also telling us here that a form is required. So when they click on that Learn More button, it will actually have them fill out a lead form. That's how we're able to capture the leads from this ad. So right here under the button option, that's where I can create my form, and I can decide what questions are going to be asked and what information I want to pull from the people filling this out. So typically for our agents, we want a phone number and an email address. You can also add additional questions if there's other validation that you need. For example, if you want to know how long it is going to be before they're interested in actually moving, you could add that in as a question. Now, this will limit the amount of leads you get, but those leads tend to be more qualified when you add in these short answer questions. I'm going to ask us if this is a special ad category. Since you are in real estate, you always have to make sure that this is turned on and the category is set to housing. This makes sure that you comply with fair housing laws, which does mean some of our audience targeting is more limited because we are turning that on, but it is incredibly important. If you do not do this, there is a chance you can violate the laws and have your entire page shut down. I've seen that happen before. From here, you'll be able to edit your audience as much as it will allow you. Notice our age restrictions. We cannot limit age for our audience. There's a few other things in here, but ultimately you're going to get down to where you can schedule a date, a time, and either choose an end date or run the ad continuously until you hit your desired budget. And Facebook is really good about telling you how many leads you can potentially get for how much you're spending. So if I only spend $5 on this ad, right now it's telling me I'm not going to get any leads from that. We want to increase our budget in order to increase our potential ability to get leads. Mine's still going to say 0 because I also have not finished setting up everything that I need to use for it. If you want to add admins or other people to your page in order to help you manage your account, maybe you have other team members who need access to your Meta Business Suite, that is all done under settings. And then from settings, you will be able to look at people and as well as your pages. So these are people who are going to have access to this business account or the people who have access to the specific business page that you have created. So if you don't want them access to the account to where they can run ads, you can add them just to manage the page itself. But that is going to be our overview of Meta through the desktop. That is my preferred way to do Meta Business Suite. However, you can also access this through Instagram or Facebook on your phone by using the Meta Business Suite app. So I'm going to show you guys, we're going to transfer over to phone view. All right, y'all, so now we have switched over to our phone. So first I'm going to show you how you can access your account center for linking your Facebook and Instagram accounts together, as well as switching from a personal to professional account if that's all you would like to do and you are not concerned about using a business page. So we have both our Facebook and our Instagram apps here, but also at the very bottom, you're gonna see I have Business Suite. So all of the tools that we looked at for the Meta Business Suite are actually gonna be in their own apps separately. Now, if you just did professional mode, you can access your professional dashboard from the Facebook and Instagram apps, and you don't need the Meta Business Suite app. But if you did elect to make a separate Facebook page for your business, that is when you are going to need to use the Meta Business Suite app. So first I'm going to show you guys from Facebook. You are going to click on your profile in the bottom right-hand corner. And if you have professional mode turned on, you're going to see your dashboard right there, that big blue button. If you need to turn professional mode on or off, you can click the 3 dots in the corner of your profile at the top right, and you will be able to turn on or off professional mode if you need to do that. So again, if you just have professional mode, you are not going to need to use the Meta Business Suite app. You will do everything you need to do from clicking on that blue dashboard button. And now here you can check your analytics, your content, everything that we could also see from the desktop version. You're just able to do it directly here through the app. But if you need to access the Meta Account Center, you're going to click on that profile picture in the bottom right-hand corner. And then in the top left-hand corner, you're going to click on those 3 lines. Once you do that, you're going to hit Settings and Privacy. And then you are going to select Settings. The very first thing you're going to see there is your account center. When you click on that, this is again where you can access connected experiences, sharing across profiles, and you can decide how your Facebook and Instagram will share to each other. So that's going to be how you access the professional dashboard and the account center through the Facebook app. Next, we're going to look at the Instagram app. When you're on Instagram, you are going to click on your profile picture in the bottom right-hand corner, and then you're going to click on the 3 lines in the top right-hand corner. Immediately, the first thing you're going to see is Account Center. It's going to be the exact same thing that you see if you go through Facebook. It's not different whether you go through Instagram or Facebook. But if you want to switch your Instagram to a professional Instagram account, you would scroll down until you see Account Type and Tools. From there, you can swap it between a fully personal account, a creator account, or a business account. Whichever version you choose is completely up to you. Last but not least is going to be our Meta Business Suite. It is going to ask you to connect with your Facebook account, so follow the prompts. If it's your first time getting into the app, they'll actually walk you through and give you a little bit of tutorial about how to use it. But everything we looked at on the desktop version, you can do here through mobile. So content is going to let you see everything that you have posted and the engagement. You can respond to your comments and take a look at your posts versus reels versus stories and all of the different things you have posted. Under Create, this is going to let you plan ahead. So if you want to create a post and schedule it out to both Facebook and Instagram, and maybe you want to schedule it out a week from now, you are able to do that from under Create. If you hit More, you are also able to access the full planner so that you can see this on the monthly view as well. Under Inbox, you are able to see all messages that have been sent to your account and very quickly respond to them. And you are also able to run ads through the mobile version of Meta. So you can do this on the desktop or on the mobile version, but it's going to be very similar. You're going to follow the prompts when you hit Create Ad. And you can boost existing content, or you can start with a completely new option. So we can hit Get More Leads and start filling out everything it needs for us to run that ad. We are going to create our intake form, select what button. Now remember, we always want this button to say Learn More, and always turn on the special ad category for housing. You're then going to finish selecting your audience and your budget until you add your payment method and you're able to actually run that ad. And then after running the ad, you are going to be able to see here on the main ads page how that ad is performing and what leads you have received from that ad. So that's going to be our overview on Facebook, Instagram, and overall Meta, and how you can utilize Meta to its full potential. Now, there are more things you can do, and you can dig into this deeper. We could talk all day about the Meta Business Suite, but this should be enough to at least get you guys started and help you on your way. And until next time, thanks for watching.